That was a great show. Well done.
Thanks very much.
Yeah. I was very interested to hear the crowd going, Demo, Demo. I mean, I thought that only happened in Dublin, but
That was my family. I had some family.
big family.
Yeah, big family, yeah. About 50 cousins.
I'm looking at the state of the country at the moment and the Anglo tapes. Well, your album came out before the Anglo tapes, but there was enough to give out about.
Sure.
And yet you released an album called Almighty Love, and it was very chilled, actually. It wasn't as angry as you would normally be. So
Sure.
why did you go that way?
Well, I talked about, the Celtic Tiger, like 2003, I was talking about that, and everybody was telling me to go and shut, will you? Shut up, So I'd been there to cover that ground, so I just wanted to maybe give more of a solution, and this album. Like songs like Community, just look after each other, because, I think through all the hard years in this country, we looked after each other. That's how we survived and came through like the really hard times, when we had nothing. And they reckon in the third world, like the only reason everyone's not dead is because they share whatever little they have, So I think that's a way. And the bad men, like the drums and the bows and and the herons.
To whom you dedicated a song tonight.
Yeah. All them, the cows, the herons, their type will always be around, They'll always be, they're sort of ruthless, so they get to the top easier, and they'll always be messing ordinary people around, They're always going to be there, so
Yeah.
you can drive you crazy thinking about them. So I think if we just look after your friends and family, and maybe do a bit of charity work if you can, that's all you can do, really change, the little world around you.
You've been acting as well.
Yeah, doing a bit of acting, yeah.
Yeah, you enjoying that?
Yeah, it's great, yeah.
You and Larry Mullen.
That's right, yeah. It's just a different avenue, and it can't help on stage then, it gives you more confidence on stage then to, because I've been a very shy individual. I still am very shy, even at this age, and even after all the gigs I've done.
Do you get nervous before shows?
Yeah, still do, yeah. And that's why I close my eyes a lot, because I'm so nervous on stage.
You got very emotional on stage tonight as well. And,
yeah.
What's the song, Stevie and...
Chris and Stevie,
Chris and Stevie. It's a great song, actually.
Yeah.
Oh,
thanks very much, Olaf, yeah. Yeah, it's just like anybody can relate to that song because it's about just missing somebody, really, He was gone. And, well, it's more about reaching out to people if you're feeling really at rock bottom. And swallowing your pride and reaching out and telling somebody, I'm fucked here, I'm nothing more, I'm about to give up here, but what should I do, Just reaching out to somebody.
Yeah.
It's about that, but anybody who's missing somebody who's gone can feel that song,
What's been the greatest show you've ever played? The biggest moment on stage?
There's so many different ones, I suppose,
There's no one that
no one
knocked you away, kind of thing.
I suppose when you're up there with someone like, I don't know, Christy Moore, singing with him. Or up there with even Shane McGowan. Or up there with Sinead O'Connor, or any of these people. Up there with John Sheen and Barney McKenna on stage.
You're going up there with Glenn Hansard in a few minutes.
That's right, yeah, with Glenn. Glenn's been, I supported Glenn 20 years ago in the Olympia. Place was only half full,
Mm-hmm.
And he gave me a dig out back then, and we're still going, we're still here. And Glenn went around the world, paying for little or nothing, losing money. He kept fighting and believing, and it's great to see he's cracked America now, he's cracked the world now.
Yeah.
It's great to see, so it's a pleasure to be here, singing,
and
opening up for Glenn.
You were in Australia just a couple of months ago, weren't you? You were
yeah,
touring over
in
there.
the Sydney Opera House, yeah.
How's that going for you? In the Sydney Opera House? Ooh, well.
The likes of me doing the Sydney Opera House, who'd have thunk it?
How'd it go?
Great.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I suppose half your audience is living over there now
Yeah,
anyway,
half them are over there.
Yeah.
But the great thing about the Irish is, well, the ones who don't get stuck in the Irish rut, some of them do. They just drink in Irish bars and wear their jerseys, for the county. But a lot of Irish are, outgoing, and they'll talk to people, so they get loads of Australian friends and New Zealand friends, and and they drag the people from Australia and New Zealand along to the show, and Oriental people, and the Irish drag them along, and hey, have you heard this fella? And that's how we get through, that's how the music gets gets passed on then to different nationalities, you know. So the Irish are great at that, at dragging other people along, you know, from outside of Ireland.
And dragging each other down. yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're playing with Springsteen on Saturday.
Yep.
That's going to be the biggest show you ever played?
I suppose it would be, yeah, Springsteen, yeah, probably the biggest show. Well, I supported Bob Dylan years ago. But I think Springsteen is more along the lines of what I do, you know.
Yeah. Have you met him?
Never met him, no, but
Right.
he's inspired a lot of my songs. Darkness on the Edge of Town, that album. When I first saw Springsteen, I think it was in the 80s, like, and it was all the Born in the USA and, you know, Dancing in the Dark, and we didn't really get it, you know, I'll be honest with you. But
Well, that wasn't really representative
it
anyway,
wasn't,
was it?
no,
Yeah.
it wasn't really representative. It was the big stadium thing that he went into. But I was working in a bar in New York one night, doing bar backing, and a Brooklyn fella said, "Why do you hear this?" And he stuck on Racing in the Street on a jukebox, you know, 4 in the morning, and I just went, "Oh, Jesus, that man is." And then I just got into that album and got into Born to Run, and you know, them albums, you know, the early albums, Asbury Park, and he just inspired us so many of my songs then.
Yeah.
He inspired loads of stuff, you know, so I have to buy him a nice bottle of whiskey now, Middleton or something. I'll just give him a letter. Thanks very much for the inspiration.
Well, listen, well done on tonight, and best of luck on Saturday.
Thanks a lot,
And
Olaf.
thanks a million for talking to us.
Thank you.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, man.